Welcome to From Rome Info video. My name is Brother Alexis Pagnola. I'm the editor of FromRome.info, an electronic journal for news and commentary about the Vatican, the Catholic Church, Rome, and Italy. If you haven't seen my video on Skull and Bones pivots, watch that and then watch this one, because this is Skull and Bones pivots number 2. I've been watching social media very carefully in the last week. You may not know I have a BA in cultural anthropology from the University of Florida, where I graduated Phi Kappa Beta. So I've been analyzing what is up. Have you noticed social media, news agencies, they're all beginning to send out stories that are taking down the COVID narrative, that are explaining that the vaccines don't work or the boosters don't work, and famous people are coming out and criticizing it. It's like a ban has been removed. A decision has been made, in my opinion, by powerful lodges to dump the COVID pandemic narrative and allow the people to criticize it, or at least choose who's going to criticize it. In a recent video I did on Dr. Malone Let the Cat Out of the Bag, I pointed out something which should make you reflect, that he is steering the narrative in a direction where the globalists want it to go. I also published a video just this day by a baddie Wright, or Wright baddie, this young woman who's a TikTok star, who's very intelligent, and she pointed out something too, showing how the narrative is being manipulated, and I recommend you look at that post here on From Rome. So I think this is the game, and I'm going to say this. I think this is going to be the most important video I make in the next 20 years, because I'm going to tell you what the game is. They're going to take down the COVID narrative. They're going to admit it was a big scam, and they're going to throw the key players to the dogs. And then they're going to present themselves as the saviors of humanity from the COVID scam. And they'll put forward someone or new leaders to do that. And the reason why they're doing this is simple. They now see that it's inevitable that humanity will realize it was a scamdemic and that it was an act of genocide and people need to be punished. And they want to get out of that stampede, the range of that stampede. They don't want to be taken down with it, because remember, the globalists are experts in staying in power. So they can't stop that. Too many people have woken up, and they're smart enough to get out of the way. But what is their strategy? Well, they've studied the opposition for 2 years, and they've seen something that anyone can see. I can see it as an anthropologist. The opposition has no unified ideology of what comes next, how to solve the problem, what should the new counter-reset world look like? What would the world opposed to the New World Order look like? There's no agreement. So what the lodges are going to do, the globalists are going to do, they're going to present, on the one hand, and you already see it on social media, all these people that saying, yes, people should be punished. Give them 5 years in jail, slap them on the wrist, fine them. And those aren't punishments for people who have killed 2 billion people. People who have killed 2 billion people should be burnt at the stake, like witches. And I ask pardon of any witch out there you think I offended you. But I mean, they're so evil, they have to be given the most extreme, brutal, and painful punishment. So you have these false apologists coming out there saying, yeah, punish them, and then offering light things. They're psychotic. They're trying to downplay the kill of 2 billion people. And these voices are obvious globalist agents. They're anonymous accounts on social media, and they're saying stuff like that. Watch out for that. That will be the narrative for the next 3 years. And if you don't agree that the punishments be light, you will be censored off social media, you will be excluded from politics, and you will not be allowed to win an elected office or to be a head of state. And that will be the new globalist criterion of acceptability. That's on the one side of the narrative. The other is they're going to propose their own solution to the Great Reset, which gives them even more power. Maybe not of a surveillance state, but controlling the narrative even more firmly. Because they're going to provide a unified solution or unified missolution. And so if you're opposed to the Great Reset, if you see the globalists for what they are, you have to start putting away some of your individualism and start agreeing with some other members of the resistance on what needs to be done after and severe measures. People talk about Nuremberg 2.0. That has to become a platform, a point in every organization of the resistance, and not the way it was done at Nuremberg, which actually lets the Nazis off and got us into this mess, but one that goes after all the actors, all their financial supporters and investors, all the globalists, and all the billionaires, because they're all in on it, and seeks not only capital punishment for them all, but a confiscation of all their wealth, because that is how to begin the new counter world order. Once we pay off all national debt, all private and personal debt, because the globalists own 95% of the wealth of the world, they could pay off the debts of all the peoples and every individual. And then we start afresh where the people have the same rights and no one making money can take them away. And so this is what the globalists are going to attempt to do. They're going to try to co-opt the resistance, but divert it to a result that will not harm their power and keep them and protect their money and keep them in control. And this is the game they're going to play this year, the next 3 years, and the next 25 years, the rest of this generation, in my humble opinion. God bless. Ave Maria.